Hello, folks, and name's Alice Full of Water. I'm a transgender season. I'm an internet creator that likes to focus on American obscurist media that people may not have heard of. And just talk about them and sell them off for more people to be able to enjoy them. This is the first episode in a series of internet YouTube videos I'm doing. So I have obscure media, obscure games, everything. Good. Starting with this is Boku Natsuyasumi. Sorry, Japanese pronunciation is not my best. On my summer holiday, it's a PSP port of a PS1 game by developer named Cricketson. And let's out.
そろそろ寿命かな。
あれはとても暑い夏の日のことだった。あの日の暑さはまるで地上のすべての営みが絡まりこんがらがって手に負えなくなったやけくそな神様はこの世のどこかにいて何もかも熱の中に溶かし子供のような無邪気さで次なる世界への夢を描いている。そんなめまいのするような不思議な暑さだった。あの日は弟が生まれた年の8月の最初の日で、当時9歳になったばかりの私はその日から夏休みが終わるまでの間、臨月を迎えた母親の負担を減らすために北関東の田舎町に住む叔父のところに預けられることになった。その時私は入道雲が8月の強い日差しを浴びてキラキラと白く輝いている様がなんだか嬉しくて、父親が驚かない程度にほんの少し車窓から身を乗り出した。私が車のシートに身を沈めちょっとだけ深呼吸すると、まるで頭の真ん中で光の棘がチカチカと明滅したような不思議な感じがした。
世話になります。こんなに自然がたくさん残っている里山に来たのは初めてなので、ちょっとびっくりしてるみたいだけど、皆さんよろしくお願いします。じゃあ自己紹介。
こんにちは、僕です。お母さんの中が大きくなったので、今日から一月、夏休みが終わるまでの間、お世話になります。
はじめまして、僕くん。長旅ご苦労様でした。このうちの名前は空の。おじさんは優作って言うんだ。今日からここを自分の家だと思ってたっぷり遊んでいってください。じゃあお姉ちゃんから。
モエと言います。この家の長女です。よろしくね。私は調べ、歌って書いて調べなの。うちのお父さんかっこいいでしょ。陶芸家なんだ。お皿やお茶碗作るんだよ。
おばちゃんのこと覚えて。
So in this game you are a young kid in 70s Japan that goes to holiday in his aunt and uncle's home while his mother is in the last strange pregnancy. Before I mention anything else about this game, I kind of want to mention how kind of unique. Maybe I'm missing other games that do this, but how it controls. So, you have your D-pad, but the D-pad only moves you. It only moves, only sets you in a position. To actually move, you need to click X. It's kind of interesting because it is tank controlly, but there's nothing really janky or anything about the precision, so it works perfectly fine. It's kind of actually, I don't remember the games actually did this. So yeah, but yeah, the thing with my summer vacation is that it tries to like capture the experience of being like a kid in vacation in 70s Japan.
遠くに麓の鷺の里村が
Not just not just to like any how do I explain it? Not just to like I guess story or dialogue, guys, but it does it's hard to explain.
僕くん、この夏休みの自由研究は何にするつもりだい？このうちには昆虫採集セットがあるぞ。
本当？
うん。僕くんにプレゼントしよう。
わーい、やった。
でもおじさん家の子供のお下がりなんだけどいいかな？
いいよ。見せて、見せて。
じゃあ晩ご飯の後にでも持ってきてあげようね。期待して待ってること。
ありがとう、おじちゃん。
嬉しくて徒競走の後みたいに心臓がドキドキした。
It like to put it where it doesn't just to try to like capture a specific mood of it. It just doesn't try to like just capture the feeling to like dialogue or anything else. It tries just by like the specific look, specific feeling to the to your aunt and uncle's house just to the sounds. It tries to it puts a specific like atmosphere, not atmosphere, but like a setting and like feeling in the setting. It's like just hearing like the crickets near them. Just seeing like the last forest near the where cricket sun plays, where the sun
はい
sets.
今日の遊び時間は終了もう晩ご飯ができていますじゃあいただきます
いただきます。
美味しかったごちそうさまでした
ごちそうさまでした。
でした。
僕くん2階の机の上にいいものが置いてあるよ
2階の机の上にいいもの？
そう見ておいで
テレビ何が好き？女の子が好きそうなやつ。
Just the how like how things look, how just the sounds of like I said about like the sounds of the crickets, just the cricketing, just the look of the house and look at the thing gives you in it sets you in like a specific time and imagery. It has like the I guess to put it best, it has like the just in the environment and like this like the sound design just interact with you, or not interact but become part. You have it feels like you're walking and moving to a space. I know when I Xenolize because I don't particularly like Xenolizing, especially even more media how media between several countries and different countries works. But the thing I was kind of inside about like a certain specific trend of like Japanese games like this, Samu, even Yakuza to extent is that those games like force you and put you in a specific space and have you interact that space, but the interaction is just not like I say, I guess an open world AAA game that's just like get this thing, do this thing, press the button to get the thing, to do a thing, and repeat. It's more just getting you to interact the thing, and even if it doesn't have like an effect gameplay or story wise, it puts you in a specific setting and gets you feeling that you're part of it. A lot of games don't often. It's an interesting thing because games, because of how they work, are one of the few mediums that can really play with their space and the place you are, and interaction with the space. But a lot of games don't often think about it. Besides, kind of like I guess gamifying space in a way of succeeding or not. Whereas games like this have you just interact in not a way of like winning or losing, but more in a way of just feeling a specific mood. And in this game's case, it's more about feeling this a certain feeling of nostalgia. Nostalgia is kind of a thing. It's kind of a weird thing because it's whether be like personal, just how you remember the past, how you feel about the fondly or not, which just depends a lot on a personal story. あの
こうしてあの夏休みの最初の一日が終わったのだった。
It depends a lot on like just yeah, your with your past, your likes and things. It really what is nostalgic, what you look back at fondly, really things is not just in the personal level, that's like different, I guess. Per country, culture, it just depends on a bunch of factors depending about the how even just how you interact life to life, how things just even going on in a vacation to a place can change a lot depending on like class, history, I think it's really about like background, country, culture, everything. What we consider the just even a vacation home, just a place to go, I think everything it depends a lot. And of course there's a thing where like it happens everywhere, but there's a lot of like, especially a lot of like American media.
Yeah.
like I was saying, it happens a lot, but especially a lot of like big pop culture, like American media. Nostalgia is kind of like weaponized. Like, don't nostalgia is not like it's not like a specific memory. It's not even a specific feeling. A lot of times it's more like here's a slow thing you like, which yeah, it can also be nostalgic, but it's often like just coupletized into this capital idea of the sad past everyone has, which often gets into issues of like what is a nostalgic thing. Even more when it's like by media, by like cultural empires in America, media companies in America. Because like I said, nostalgic is very individualized. And like not to say that this is like perfect everything, nothing's really perfect and stuff like that, even those I guess so try to put to these experiences is like with the universe with this is like the average thing if it's an annual born in Japan from the 70s, and of course that's not the dude and can change depending on a million things, even in one country it can change a lot. At the same time there's just an honestness, like it feels honest and really interesting having you not just interact but just be overall a part of this space. It's more like you're talking to a bunch of friends, not a bunch of friends, like you're just remembering the past. Like, I guess this is personal, but like I grew up where I have a couple of memories of mine that working in farms and everything, and summers a thing, and the kid I sometimes would go to them, so like, so it's the idea of like hearing chickens and seeing cows, and talking to that is like, brings me back memories, not just seeing them, just like feeling. Just that thing of like going to the forest and and explain what's there. They like night and seeing everything and hearing the sounds. I just want to mention that the sound design of this game is very good. I'm not. It's kind of hard to, in things like sound design and everything, to say how it works, but it just makes you feel part of the setting. Makes you feel part of this space with us hearing like the bird sounds and the water passing. Combined with the game's still very good for the PS1 art and art style. The art designs are very cartoony, but it works in having like a very personal old sound to them. And the art is still incredibly good. It makes you feel like, I guess a bit even like painting like. It feels kind of like a very kind of cartoonish wet painting. I think like games sometimes can miss, or more like a lot of AAA giant games can miss. Is that they sometimes can be a bit too obsessed with sound. Not obsessed with sound, but obsessed with like not allowing space. So you just go to music and okay, and everything's just happening and not allowing just those quiet moments. Where in this game just walking, just doing a walk from an area to another, where the sounds play. And you walk to the cells of the forest. There's just something kind of very calming about it. In those little calm moments. Even just going to an area of another. There's a bug cutscene minigame in this. That's actually pretty good and fun. I think with this, that's one of his strengths, is that you can escape it if you don't want, you're not forced to do it. That's very much a thing of like just getting to feel that. I guess maybe like catching bugs and everything. It's not really a thing when I live about it, but it's more thing into like catching bugs and everything. So again. But like I was mentioning, there's like nostalgia. It's like here's a thing you like, goes buy a new thing, or even just kind of one past that's universal. Like I mentioned, this kind of stuff kind of does it. But why I like this game a lot is just feels so letting you. It feels very welcoming. And just wants you to explore, not explore, means to experience what it's like. In a way that doesn't feel never force anything. The music to this game, it's not the sounds are very good. There's a very nice happiness and simpleness to it. That really like just makes you put in the thing of like a very like curious kid. It's very like curious music. I love stuff like that. Like I was mentioning earlier. You don't you don't really like change the story or anything by looking at this flower with the statues, but at the same time that just gives you feelings like just winning silent games like intellect, and it just doesn't have to do with gameplay or mechanical wise. Not everything needs to be gamified. You can just look at some flowers, look at some statues, feel part of this world, and that's why you like games that let you feel space, because space is more than just gamifying everything. It's about letting you be part of this moment. there's like a mess of certain games, certain Japanese games too, but also like some Western ones, stuff like Outer Wilds,
なんでしょう
Mist in different ways because of course space is not one. You don't have there's no one way to do space. But stuff like this posted and everything, it's just more more games. I mean, just like more deep way because there's a lot of cool indie stuff and obscure stuff like this. I like the double A stuff that does this, that just lets you just see moments. It just makes you feel like it's own world in a way that's not just here's some lore. It makes you just feel like here's a thing, and it's not, there's no big backstory to it. But it's part of the world and it's part of the setting, and it's cool, honest to goodness.
どうしたの
I meant it was just exit that. One of my favorites memories like one time I was like, God, I think it was at like a farmer of some of my parents,
やった
and I was just walking around the forest and like I think it was like a goat or something just started going after me, not attacking me or something, but just started to follow me.
ここから先行けないんじゃない
So I was just running, just running against one cold white stage. No, why? So that's so I'm gonna have to say not gonna say pirate or anything because no, because because for legal reasons. But one of the things is like if you want to play a game like so two things. First, this game never left Japan. It's pretty accessible. There's of course story, dialogue, everything, but a lot of the things just the overall mood and feeling. We sell stuff you don't really need. You don't really need the most Japanese to understand. Just an overall feeling and mood and everything. But and it never was translated. But if you want to experience a game like this in English, I really recommend by the same devs, Millennium Kitchen, for the DS. I think it's a resale game only or something, at least in Europe or America or something. But Attack of the Fighting Monsters, it's like I don't remember if that's 70s, but it's very good. It instead of being like summer vacation every because it's like as kids is trying to figure out if muscles are real. It's got a really nice like the same vibe and everything, but also very fun like finish from kids in the city trying to find monsters. By the way, it's very fun, very good. One of most of them underrated 3DS games that I've played. Excellent, I would recommend people checking out. Yeah. There's an interesting thing in like this like the 90s and even the 2000s, how a lot of like PS1 or PS2 and a lot of like PC games started to think a lot about how you use space and everything. If you really, it's not similar because it's not like a game thing, so we recommend it. So like the Aquanauts Holiday, this is a PS2 game. So like I think it has translation. It's a release, so I have to find it physical release because I'm made it. You're like a Aquanaut and like taking a vacation in the sea. It's like it's like it's probably oceanic exploration game, but it's, I think it's very similar, very thing. It has a similar mood, even if it's plays somewhat differently. I would recommend it. Like I mentioned before, it's like the animation of this, just like some jumps and everything. It's pretty fun. Just the jumping animation has so much into it, and what is just jumping. I should also mention that I would recommend if you want to play this game or something. I would recommend the PSP version of this that I'm playing right now, because I do really enjoy the PS1 version, the original PS1 version of this. This is the PSP version, but it doesn't. I think it's a very slightly the graphics, which is it's still most of the same. But what it has a lot of new characters, new things. The original game is already good. You can check it out without any issue, but it's just the PSP version that has a lot of goodies to it that I really like. I was recommend if you enjoyed this, I really from I would say recommend second half and like I said, Attack of the Fire Monsters is the only game that's like out in the West of history, but yet the other games are very good. I would say of the remaining Boku the other games, they are take place in different settings, so you get a different feeling of nostalgia, slight yes. And there's also a spin-off to this that I think may have the original character from this that you play as like now an adult and it's more of a family sim. But I haven't played, but it seems pretty interesting. So, but yeah, I would recommend if you want to check out the original game, I would recommend the PSP version of it. Very sad. The PSP version is also Attack of the Fire Monsters if you want to find a Western version of this, even if it's less aggressive than this.
Boku-kun.
I'm gonna end it now because it's so two of the days. This has a thing of showing it has 22 days, so you play 22 days and get new gadgets and everything. It's pretty neat. But I'll say if you like this video and want to check me out, I'm a Twitch streamer. I'll put it in the description, but it's also like my YouTube name. It's What on Twitch. I heb Twitter, zoals What. Actually, no, it's confused. It's my Twitter is Queen. One. So I think somebody already took that sort of what, so I had to put it. We moved the move the tour and just had the one. And I also sometimes write medium articles. I'll put it in the description. And yeah, just thanks if any watched this. And if you like, I hate doing the YouTube thing, but hey, like, comment, subscribe. Okay, not maybe comment because I don't want those, but hey, like and maybe recommend me to a friend if you like this video, and just to maybe follow. Oh, I forgot. I also do have a Patreon. If you want to support my writing, my YouTube videos, my streaming, I'll put it in the description also. I'll have a lot of fun things. I can do YouTube. You can like me to talk about a certain game. I do annual monthly Q&As. I'll start doing them. I do a lot of fun things. So yeah, thanks for watching.